Hey Rockstars, Lid Shot. I'm here at NAMM 2022 with Bill from iZotope. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, Lidge, doing great.
Good to see you, dude. So I know that you guys have a very exciting new plugin that has just been released, Neutron 4. Tell us a little bit about that, and then you want to jump in and show us around a little bit?
Absolutely. So Neutron 4 is our intelligent all-in-one mixing plugin, and we're really excited about it. Some excellent new DSP on top of the already existing DSP, and a new next-generation assistant that's really going to help people stay in the creative flow while they're mixing and end up with just a professional quality, great-sounding production.
So quick question, just generally, who would want to use this plugin, and what's the win factor for using it? Why does somebody need this in their arsenal?
Well, we really feel that this is going to be appealing to a broad range of experience levels, from the beginner who has maybe never really mixed and they're new to it and just trying to make a great sounding production. Neutron and the assistant is going to give them a great sounding starting point, and then also kind of teach them and enable them to understand mixing at a deeper level. But taking that all the way to the really experienced professional, our DSP algorithms are world-class, totally CPU and latency optimized, and really has everything all in one that you would need to create that professional mix.
Awesome, dude. Well, we'll jump in and get a closer look here. What are we looking at?
So as you can see, we have a signal chain set up here with some of the more typical tools that you might see, like an EQ. We've got combination dynamic and static EQ. We have multiband compression. We have multiband saturation. And then some of the more special iZotope tools, like our Sculptor, which is an intelligent automatic equalizer. You can see constantly changing every buffer to shape this electric guitar to sound like what we believe a great clean electric should sound like.
And the Sculptor is this first one right here.
Right. Yep, exactly. And you can see this really cool, constantly moving meter. And if you want, you can choose to constrain the processing with these handles. And we bring that all together with the assistant. And this is something we're really excited about in the new version.
And that's this guy right up here at the top with the cool looking circle on it?
Exactly. And the circle gets way cooler looking. So I've already let this run, but I'm going to relearn. And so what the assistant does is, as you can see, listens to the audio coming in and then is going to prepare some custom processing by first using machine learning to actually identify what's being played and then set up a signal chain specific to your song.
Well, I dig that. So, of course, I'm familiar with the folk classic, May the Circle Be Unbroken, but this one would be May the Circle Be Super Awesome.
Yeah, that's a reference that I don't know what it is, but...
Nice, I'm full of those. All right, so let's keep moving on. It's a beautiful looking plugin for sure.
Thank you. So what we're looking at here is on the left we call a target library. And so you can see that this has accurately detected a guitar. And if we wanted to maybe choose acoustic or distorted, but maybe I wanted to take this guitar and treat it like a piano. I don't, but we have all of these different types of targets that the assistant will aim for. If I return to the guitar, what you then see on the right here is the tonal balance of the guitar. And we've analyzed like 1,000 well-mixed guitars, and by doing that are able to determine that this is the ideal tone of a guitar.
And that would be this whole like orange sweet zone right there?
Yep, exactly. And then with this tone match control, you're controlling both a static EQ and our Sculptor intelligent automatic EQ. And you just have a really great broad stroke control over the tone there. Then along the bottom, we have a couple more of these broad strokes control, where you can either increase the punch of your sound or sort of squeeze it together. And that's using a really interesting new compressor mode in Neutron 4. We call it the punch compressor. And what the punch compressor does is, rather than having this complex relationship between threshold, attack, release ratio, it's just up is more punch and down is sort of more glue or squeezing the sound. And we find that's a really great way to just have a broad strokes control of your sound.
Nice, I like it. It keeps it really simple, so it makes it a lot easier for us to just get a quick start, right?
Exactly. Moving to the right, we have a distortion saturation algorithm. And this is great because you can just do a little bit of distortion or really kind of blow it out and then move between a couple different types of distortion here. Tape, tube algorithms, and then these warm and retro algorithms, and just blend between them really nicely with this XY pad.
I dig the XY thing too, because I feel like that makes it much easier to quickly arrive at some possibilities. Sometimes when there's a whole lot of knobs you have to turn, it sort of wears you out before you get to something you like.
Exactly. And again, we're trying to enable creators to stay in that creative flow, but arrive at a result for their track that is professional quality.
Nice. And I know that for me, another of your plugins, the NeoVerb, allows me to use this kind of XY control. I just find it really easy to find the kind of sound I'm looking for that way.
Yeah, NeoVerb's great. That one blends 3 different types of reverb algorithms. So, rather than maybe setting up 3 sends and busing different amounts to 3 different reverbs, you just have this great, simple control.
Awesome. So what else do we want to know about the distortion? Are there certain kind of what are these 2 ones right here?
So those 2 ones, we've been looking at sort of the traditional distortions, but then a new thing that we've added are some algorithms from our product Trash. These are going to be more experimental distortions, a little bit grittier, and like the name suggests, trashier.
Okay, awesome. So you can kind of think old school, like tubes and tape and stuff like that, saturation, or you can think really intense creative stuff.
Right, yeah, you can see some of the names here are more like scream and scratch rather than tube and tape. So great you can totally blow it out, or just add a little bit of this strange tone that's going to give your track a really interesting character.
Awesome. And then it looks like the next one here is gives us some width and some stereo field to it.
Exactly. Just a quick and easy control to spread the stereo field or kind of constrain the sound. Nice way to just open sounds up or narrow them. Okay,
cool. So now we could basically adjust all these kind of parameters on any of the instruments in our mix, correct? We can do this on drums, we can do this on bass, and you're going to give it these target ranges so that we can have a great starting place for each instrument?
That's the idea, exactly.
Okay, and then what's another way to think about this? I know that this also can intelligently sort of take the collection of instruments in our mix and make sure that they're all working together really simultaneously well, right?
Yeah, so it works well by kind of, if you have this on every track in your mix, you can let the assistant do this setup, and the way that we've created it, it's going to have a really nice cohesive result. Another thing that we've done to sort of facilitate cohesion between tracks is we call the Unmask Module. And so, for example, I have a vocal and a music bus, and the vocal's muted. I'm going to take the trash off of that guitar. And the new Unmask Module is really interesting because it's looking at the vocal coming in the side chain, and then I have this unmask on the whole music bus. And what it's going to do is compare the spectrums of the vocal and the music and intelligently carve out space to make sure the vocal comes in really clearly.
So if I understand this correctly, this would be like it's basically pushing the music out of the way slightly to make room for the vocal in those frequency ranges right there?
That's exactly right, and it's actually using this really advanced psychoacoustic model to make that comparison and understand what is necessary to remove to kind of create that clarity and not remove anything else that's not necessary.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like this is the kind of stuff I've messed around with really complicated, routing and stuff in the past with compressors or things, and it never quite does what I was hoping for. So it's cool that this will really get it right for me.
Yeah, we hope so. There's a free trial, totally functional. So I definitely recommend that people go to our website, iZotope.com, and grab a free trial and hopefully find that it really creates that professional mix and great clarity in a really easy and intuitive way.
Very cool, very cool. Rockstars, check it out at iZotope.com and go get a free trial of this and try it out. Neutron 4, pretty awesome. Thanks for watching this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like this video, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for doing this, Bill. We really appreciate it. And well done. Well done to your whole design team. It's amazing what you guys build over at iZotope.
Thank you.
Cheers.